Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Manali Bhagat and today we are going to see the explanation of lesson number 3, Science NCERT Standard 6, that is from fibers to fabrics. So let us see.
Our today's topic is fiber to fabrics. That means how fabrics or a cloth is made out of a single fiber. Now let us take an example. When we go for shopping, we see that there are n number of varieties of cloth materials present in the market, right? We touch the fabric and see or feel the difference between the fabrics. So now here what do we understand? We understand that different types of clothes is made up of different types of fabrics. For example, woolen clothes are made up of wool which we wear in winter season. Cotton clothes are made up of cottons which we wear mostly in summer seasons, and we have bed sheets, curtains, blankets, towels, etc. which are made from different kinds of fabrics. Now, what are fabrics made up of? Fabrics are made up of fibers. Now, let us see what are fibers. Here is the image of a yarn which is rolled with a fiber, and that single strand of a fiber is made up of multiple thinner sized strands. As you can see here in the image, let us see the definition. The thin strand of thread that we see are made up of still thinner strands are called fibers. There are two sources of fibers, plant and animal source. Let us see the examples. Cotton, jute, silk and wool are the examples, and they are also known as natural fibers because we get it from plants and animals. Now we know that a cloth or a fabric is made up of yarns, and yarns are made from fibers. Wool and silk are obtained from animals. Wool is obtained from the fleece of sheep or goat. It is also obtained from the hair of rabbits, yaks and camels, whereas silk fiber or silk is obtained from silkworm, or it is drawn from the cocoon of silkworm, as you can see here in the images. Let us see some plant fibers. Number 1 is cotton. Cotton plants are usually grown at the places having black soil and warm climate. We can extract cotton fiber from the fruit of a cotton plant, which is a lemon size and which is also known as cotton bolls. These balls burst open and the seed cover with cotton fibers can be seen. The entire field looks like it is covered with the snow, as you can see here in the image. Let us see the states where cotton is grown. Number 1, we have Gujarat, Maharashtra, Telangana, Andhra Pradesh and Karnataka. Here major quantity of cotton is grown, and it also means that these places contain black soil and have warm climate as compared to other states. Our next plant fiber is jute fiber. Jute is obtained from the stem of a jute plant. It is cultivated mostly during the rainy season. It is normally harvested when it is at flowering stage. The stems of the harvested plant are immersed in the water for a few days. Then the stems rot and the fibers are separated by hand. Let us see the states where jute is grown. Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, Assam, West Bengal, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh. So these are the states where maximum amount of jute is grown or produced. So these were the examples of plant source and animal source. Except these sources, we also have one more source or one more kind of fiber which is known as synthetic fiber. Let us see the definition. Synthetic fibers are the fibers which are made up of chemical substances which are not obtained from plants and animals, and the examples are nylon, polyethylene, acrylic, etc. To make fabrics out of these fibers, we have to first convert these fibers into yarn. So let us see how it is done. Here we will see how to spin a cotton fiber into a yarn. The process of making yarn from fibers is known as spinning, and the devices used for spinning are hand spindle, which is also known as takli, and charkha. You may have known charkha, right? Because the charkha was popularized by Mahatma Gandhi as a part of independence movement. He encouraged people to wear clothes which were made from homespun yarn, and the large amount of spinning of yarn is done with the help of spinning machines. After spinning, yarns are used for making fabrics. Now let us see how fabrics are made. There are many ways by which fabrics are made by yarns, but there are two main processes, that are weaving and kneading. First one is weaving. The process of arranging two sets of yarn together to make a fabric is known as weaving. Weaving of fabrics are done in looms, and looms can be hand operated and power operated. Here in the first image we have power operated machine, and in the second image we can see a person is weaving the fabric with the help of hand. Our second process is knitting. A single piece of yarn is used to make fabrics, and it can be also done by hand and with the help of machine. In the first image you can see that a person is knitting the sweater or the sock, and in the second image is the machine by which knitting process is done. And the examples of knitting fabrics are socks, sweaters, etc. So these were the methods used for making fabrics, and these fabrics are further used for varieties of clothing items. Now let us see the history of clothing materials. In ancient time, people did not know how to wear and what to wear, or how to make clothes or fabrics. So they used to cover themselves by wearing barks and big leaves of trees, skin of animals and furs, as you can see here in the image. So after some time, people moved into agriculture communities, and they learned to weave twigs and grasses into mats and baskets, as you see here in these images. Veins, animal fleece or hair were twisted together to form a long strand, and that strands would be woven into fabrics. And in early India, people started to wear fabrics which were made out of cottons, which were grown near the river Ganga. As stitching was not known, so people used to simply drape fabrics around different parts of their body. Isn't it amazing that even today, sari, dhoti, lungi or turban is used as an unstitched piece of fabric? After some time, with the invention of sewing needle, people started stitching clothes in many variations. As we know, large amount of food is eaten around the country. Similarly, many varieties of fabrics and clothing items also exist in our country.
So guys, I hope you all have understood this lesson. So we will meet next time in our next video. So do not forget to like, share and subscribe, and to press the bell icon. Thank you.